What's up, everybody? Welcome to Shades 2. Today is Wednesday, December the 14th, 2022, and I'm coming straight at you guys today. And we're going to talk about, is it okay to date while legally separated? We're going to also discuss the latest news flashes that I want to give you guys. And we are just going to, do some discussions today, okay? Yeah, I just got off a track. I try to get up here and be serious and still messed up, y'all. But anyway, fortunately, no one is here yet, so I'm going to wait for a couple seconds and see if anybody come in, join us live. Okay, guys. I'm definitely not going to be on here long today because I definitely have to get out of here. I just got through talking to my cardiologist. We went over my test results. All of those came back pretty good. I still need to cut back on that eating out at those fast food restaurants and a little bit of the ice cream. And once I do that, I will be great. Everything is great with that, though. And I need to tell him to send over my test results. I forgot to do that. So when the nurse called me, I'll tell him to send over my test results so I can look at it online. All right. But anyway, guys, don't forget to thumbs up. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to subscribe. Welcome to all my new subbies. Thank you for joining Shay's Tube, and welcome to all my subbies that's been with me from day one. All right. Like I said before, today we're going to discuss, is it okay to date while legally separated? And I'll go over some news, recent news that you guys might be interested in. One thing that I want to say before I start, I want to say I was actually happy from hearing something today while watching someone else's YouTube video. And I remember when I did a video on Monday, I was discussing, I think my topic of discussion was, is enough too much? And I was talking about people beefing on YouTube and they go, they just go overboard with it. And just today, when I was watching someone's video on YouTube, they were talking about that same topic and saying they were going to stop, doing beefing and stuff like that on YouTube because it takes so much out of you, which I was discussing at that day. And I was telling you guys that it takes a lot out of you when you are constantly consistently beefing online. It's a lot of negativity, and who really has the time to be entertaining that type of foolishness all the time? And so he basically was saying the same thing that I said, and he was saying that he was going to stop doing, beefing with people and worrying, and responding back to people when they when they say stuff to him or talk about him. And that's good. I really commend him for doing that, and hopefully he will stick with it and everything. And I think more people on YouTube, more creators need to practice that as well. And I just want to say, give applaud for that. That's very good, because we do need to, do more positive things on YouTube versus on here bickering back and forth, just doing a lot of negativity. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I was glad to see that. Okay. So now getting on my topic of discussion, I'm trying to see if anybody will come in. If they don't, people can watch this when it replays back, on the normal YouTube part. Y'all, don't forget to check out my shopping hauls, and my walkthrough. And then I'm going to put up a tour of my apartment, just showing my Christmas decor. I think I'm putting that up sometime this week. Okay, I just did that early this morning. So yeah. Okay, so let me go ahead and talk about this topic. So I was going to take a poll, but I decided not to on the topic of discussion. Okay, because I didn't have time, because I'm doing a lot of stuff today. Okay, but today we're going to talk about, is it okay to date while legally separated? Let me give you the definition of being legally separated, because a lot of people clearly don't know the actual definition of that. And a lot of people who say they are legally separated are really not separated. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys the definition of that. Okay, so legally separation is an arrangement where a married couple lives apart but remains legally married. Legal separations may be mutually agreed to or ordered by judicial decree. Often, parties who legally separate do so for religious reasons or to maintain health insurance or life insurance benefits. Okay. Or sometimes people remain legally separated until they actually make up their minds. Okay. If they actually want to get a divorce. Okay. And, people just have their own different reasons. Me, on the other hand, I'm legally separated because I already knew that I wanted to be divorced. Okay. And everything. But I had to stay legally separated because of some financial situations. I'm gonna put it like that. Okay. And we don't live together or anything else. We're actually basically almost like divorced, but not just legally divorced. We're just legally separated. So therefore, we don't do anything that married people do. We don't live together. Haven't since I've been here, and I've been here 9 years. Okay. I mean, I wasn't legally separated when I first moved here, but a couple years after I moved here, I, became legally separated. It's just that he never did move here because he was always on the road. You know what I'm saying? So he never did get a chance to move here. And then when he was talking about moving here, I had already told him that I wanted to be divorced. So he never did get a chance to move out here to Southern California. Okay. So that is just it. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to talk a little bit slower because I know I talk very fast, especially when I get nervous. So we are legally separated. Like I said before, I know some people are not legally separated. I know some people claim they are separated, but yet they still be having entanglements with each other. They still do certain things. Now, granted, him and I, when he comes to visit his children, we all go out together. That's just for the sake of the kids. You know what I'm saying? For the sake of them. You know what I'm saying? But otherwise, we are straight up separated. And so the problem is, because I hear a lot of people talking about you can't date while you're legally separated. If you and your ex decided that you guys can date while you're legally separated and you're not going to get back together, there's nothing wrong with that. You can. Now, if you want to speak biblically speaking, that's a whole different subject. I'm not even going to go into that because the same people who will speak biblically about that will be doing other things that the Bible talk against, like fornicating, having babies out of wedlock and stuff like that. So we're not going to go into that. I'm just talking about morally. Okay, that's it. We're going to keep the biblical stuff out of this because when you start going into biblical, I go into other things and then I start looking at other sins and then it's like a lot of sins. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to stay away from that. Okay, we're just looking at morally. So if you are actually legally separated, meaning that you're not living together, you're not having relationships together or anything like that, or leading that person on to pretend like y'all can get back together, I personally don't see nothing wrong with the husband or the ex-husband or the ex-wife dating. I just don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't see anything wrong with that. However, for me, I decided, and me and my ex, we decided to stay celibate. Okay. Until we actually get the legal divorce. Okay. And I'm going to tell you straight up, I will be celibate anyway, because I don't believe in, especially now, I don't believe in just doing stuff with everybody you meet. You know what I'm saying? See, in today's world, that is what's wrong with some women and men. They jump into bed and don't even know each other. Their whole focus is on sex and nothing more. And that's why relationships and marriages don't work. Okay. We can't do that. We got to look at something deeper. And so that's why I'm celibate as well. Because like, even when I get my divorce is finalized, I'm still going to be celibate until I meet the right person, point blank, preferably when I get married again. I'll see, but preferably when I get married again, point blank. Okay. I've been celibate since 2014. I'm used to it. You know what I'm saying? I'm used to it. And it's no problem for me. I'm still happy. I'm still everything. You know what I'm saying? So this is the way I like to be. I know that sounds weird because even when I tell my doctors, they be like, what? But that's just me. You know what I'm saying? And yes, I still like to be, get into entanglements. It just has to be with the right person because I'm not trying to catch no diseases. I don't have to worry about diseases. I'm not trying to get any type of things, going on here. No type of emotional ties, no spiritual ties with other people, no weird ties, you know what I'm saying? And all that. So this is the way I choose to be. But like I said, when you're still legally married and you're legally separated, it depends on what you and your ex agree on. If you two agree on no sex until you both get divorced, then that's the way it should be. Now that's what me and my ex agreed on. No type of sexual stuff with nobody. You can date whoever you want to, but no sex stuff. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't do all that, and neither does he. Until that divorce is finalized or whatever the case is. Okay, so for me, I don't see anything is wrong with being, dating people while you are, hey, life, love, and poetry. Yeah, facts. Thank you for coming in as well. I don't see anything wrong with a person dating if they're legally separated. Now, when you meet someone, I think you should tell the person you met that you are separated, still married but separated, so they can make a decision if they want to talk to you or if they just want to say no. Like I told y'all before, I have met a guy a couple years ago. I said 5, 6, but it wasn't 5, 6 years. It was just a couple years ago, and he didn't go with that. He didn't want to. He was like, once he found out, once I told him that I was separated, married but separated, he didn't like that. So he said he couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? So some people are like that, and I can't fault them for that. Just like some men or women don't care if you are legally separated as long as you are actually separated. Okay. Now, if somebody is still living with someone and they tell you they are separated, there is no way I would be talking to them. Okay, because I don't believe that. You cannot stay with your ex, okay, in the same house, because he probably is going to be asking for sex. You may be asking for it or whatever. I just don't believe a woman and a man who lives together and they were married. I don't believe that they can stay together in the same household while separated. I just don't believe that, because the temptations are going to be there. You know what each other is about, and things happen. I just don't believe it. Okay. I don't. I remember one time when my ex was here, just when we first got separated. Of course, he tried to, and I just told him no, point blank. Because for me, I don't do that either. If I'm done with you, I am done with you, regardless. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to go back and forth and be doing entanglements with you, and then that causes confusion. I mean, he said it wouldn't cause confusion for him, but for the woman, it might, because we are a little different than men. Okay, men can do stuff and it don't affect them, like it will with a woman. Now, granted, I'm not gonna lie, I could have did something and it wouldn't have affected me either. It's just a simple fact that I don't go back and forth like that. If I'm done with you, I am done. Okay, if it's over, it's over. We're not going to be doing entanglements anymore. We're not going to be doing anything except taking care of our children. Okay, especially if I met somebody else. Okay, because that's how a lot of people get themselves hurt. We don't do that. When you're legally separated, you should be legally separated, meaning no entanglements, no getting together with them unless it's just for the kids' sake, but not acting like you're still together. Because like my children know that me and my ex are not together. Okay. But if you saw us out in the street together, you would think we were all together, but they know we're not together. And just like him and I, we know we're not together. Okay. And that's the way it should be. You're going to still, do stuff together because you have children together. Okay. Especially underage children. You have children together, and you should stay cordial with one another anyway. I don't understand how people be separated or divorced and can't stand each other. Okay. I just don't understand that, because you was just married. You was just claiming you loved each other and everything else. How can you not like each other? Okay. Or you hate each other just that quick. I mean, granted, if the person cheated on you or something like that, you might not want to be around them. You may be mad at them, but to actually hate them and you don't talk to them or anything else. When you have children together, especially if the children are underage, you got to keep it cordial. You got to put away the things that you and your ex went through or are going through, and just basically focus on what you need to do for your children. That's what me and my ex does. That's what we do. We focus on what we need to do for our kids, and that's it. And point blank, nothing else. Nothing else. And when you think like that, you can be successfully dating someone. Right, it can get complicated. You're right, life, love, and poetry. But when you're like that, right, and you know exactly what you want, you're not going back and forth, you're not still having sex and doing all this other stuff with your ex, it'll be less complicated. You know what I'm saying? It'll be less complicated. And this is the way we run our stuff. This is why I can go out there and date. Now, granted, my ex does not date. Okay, he won't. He said he's going to wait until he's legally divorced. And that's his preference. Okay. And I tell you what, he probably says that because if he dates, he probably will give into the sex with a woman. Okay. And I know he probably would, because y'all men can't control yourself half of the time. But for me, I can control myself. I have very good control. Okay. I can date somebody and we don't do anything. Okay. I'm serious. I really can. Okay. Because that's just me, but everybody's not like me. So you have to look at what type of person you are and what you can handle. If you can't handle dating while separated, then don't do it. But if you can and y'all agreed upon it, I don't see anything wrong with it when we're not talking biblically speaking. Okay. And like I said, we're not going to cover that because if you start talking that, then you have to look at all the other sins that you do, like fornication, like um, 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 all types of stuff, gossiping. It's just so many. Okay. So that's why I choose not to talk about that part of it. I'm just talking about morally how we would do things. Okay. And if we can date while we are legally separated, you know. And there are a lot of people who are legally separated who date. You got people who stay legally separated for years. I mean, for real, like 10, 20, and they be dating one person. Now, I don't agree with being separated for no 10 and 20 years. Okay. I don't believe that. Okay. Because why are you still separated for 10 to 20 years? I actually think I have been separated too long. Thank you, Life, Love, and Poetry. I think that I have been separated too long. But I know as well as he knows why we have waited so long. First of all, he's not going to file a divorce because I'm the one who asked for it. So I am the one that's holding the key to the divorce, okay? Because he would stay married. But I don't want to stay married. Okay. And that's another thing that I'm going to discuss. A lot of people that I have met, they're like, oh, you should just stay with your husband. He don't cheat. He don't do this. He don't do that, that, that. You should just stay with him. Yeah, I could stay with him. Yes, I could. But the thing about it, I believe in totally happiness within. Okay, I'm not doing stuff to satisfy the public or my family members or my children because in the long run, I have to live with him. He has to live with me. I don't want to be with someone if I don't really want to be with them. And I'm going to tell you somewhat. He does not want to be with a woman who does not want to be with him. Okay, point blank. We're similar in certain ways too. So for me, there's no way I would stay with a dude that I don't want to be married to. I don't use people. I'm not going to stay with you because of your money. I'm not going to stay with you because you have sex good. I'm not going to stay with you because you're a good dad or none of that. I'm only going to stay with you if you're living up to the things that I'm looking at. Okay, point blank. Because when my kids are gone and I'm left here with him, I am the one who have to be, dealing with all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Not them, not my relatives, not my friends down the street, not the church, not no one but me. Okay. So I have to make sure that this is the person I want, just like you. You have to make sure the person you are with, you really want that person. Okay. If you are legally separated, before you get a divorce, you have to make sure if this is the person you want to be divorced from or if you want to be with that person. And I'm gonna tell you something. If you're not sure that you want a divorce, I don't even think you should be dating. I really don't. That's where stuff come up at. Exactly. That's why we are divorced. After 3 years, we mutually decided it was best to split. God was nowhere in it. I heard that. Right. And that's exactly how. I mean, at first my husband wasn't agreeing with this. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you straight up. And then I had to make him see because you cannot force me to stay married to you if I don't want to. You know what I'm saying? Just because you don't cheat, just because you don't hit me, just because you do this right, it does not mean you don't do other things wrong. Okay. With him, it was a lot of financial stuff. I'll just tell y'all that. And I just got sick of it. You know what I'm saying? He could never be at home, always on the road working. And when I say he was always on the road working, I'm not talking about no fake crap like some of these dudes tell you they're on the road working and they really don't be. They be up with other women. No, he'd be on the road working because he didn't, because we had struggled so much in Atlanta and then some in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. So when we got out here, I was like, I'm done with all that struggling stuff. And so he really stayed on the road then. But we had agreed before we moved here, we agreed that he would come off the road some and come home and spend time with the family and stuff like that. And it didn't happen like that. So I actually got fed up because when I got out here and I started seeing couples together, I started meeting people, right? And they would be like, are you single? And I'd be like, no, I'm married. They'd be like, where's your husband? He's never around. I said, because he's always on the road all the time and stuff. And people would be like, how can you do it? And then I would tell people that I'm celibate for 2 years. And they was like, well, I'm married? I would even tell a doctor this, and they would be when I go see my doctor, she would be in there like almost laughing because they couldn't believe it. You know what I'm saying? Being celibate. because we neither one of us cheat. So when he would be on the road, we didn't do nothing with anyone. You see what I'm saying? And so sometimes he would stay on the road for a whole year. One time he stayed on the road for 2 years. Okay. So all of this played a role into me wanting a divorce because I started seeing couples out here and stuff being together, doing fun stuff together. And then I was start thinking about the stuff we used to do together, like going to the mall, going out to eat, all the stuff we used to do. Then now I'm just doing everything on my own. You know what I'm saying? Just everything. It's like I'm single but married. I'm like, well, why should I stay married if I'm like single? You know what I'm saying? If I'm like single, but I'm actually married, he's never here. He's never here to do anything. Why should I still be married? I should be single so I can find the person that I can truly be happy with. And at the same time, he can find someone that he can be truly happier with. Okay. That's what he can do. Okay. So that's what I thought about. That's what I decided on. I didn't tell him anything for a while. I'm going to tell y'all the truth. I kept it a secret. Okay. I just didn't tell him nothing. And then one day I finally told him that I didn't want to be married anymore. You know, he thought it was another person. I was like, heck no. It's just the fact that you're never here. You're never here. I feel like I'm single. It's not fair. Don't you want to be at home with a woman and stuff too? And that's what I was asking him and stuff. And he was telling me he was on the road, you know, to make sure we live good out here and stuff. I understood that, but the same thing. I mean, at the same time, I'm thinking that you can figure out how to come home sometime. Okay. Because why is it that I can homeschool, go to work, clean up, go grocery shopping, run errands, do Bible class for my kids, talk to my older kids, help them do everything, and yet still find time to do stuff with him. But he could do the same thing. He could not figure out how to go on the road, come home, still get a good check. And then he's an owner operator. Okay. And then I just got, like you said, fed up. That's exactly what I got. Fed up. Okay. I got fed up, you know, and then like with the finances, he's a dodo bird when it comes to that in certain areas that I just don't agree with. Okay. Like for example, in Texas, well, not in Texas, but in Atlanta, a lot of stuff I just didn't agree with that was happening financially. Okay. Let me tell y'all something. When bills are supposed to be paid, like rent or mortgage, your car, and your utilities, those need to come first. These bills come before your credit cards because you know why? Because with credit cards, as long as you pay those credit cards within the 28th day, really 30 days, but you want to pay it before the 30th day. You really want to just pay like on the 28th day because then it won't be reported to the credit bureau. Of course, it'll be late with the credit card company or your car note company, but it won't be on your credit report. And so as long as you pay these bills within a certain timeline, you're cool. But if you're renting, especially, you cannot be making people wait on your payment because you would get yourself put out. And who in the heck wants to go to court and go through the eviction process when you don't need to? So you need to pay your rent. Okay. Now, if you have a mortgage, you have a little bit more leeway because with a mortgage, you got extra days and all this other stuff. But eventually, if you don't pay, you're going to get put out of there too. Because for me, mortgages are good to have, but for me, they're just glorified rental contracts. We own 2 houses, okay? And he lost one of them. The second one, I end up selling back to the owner, okay? Because of his financial stuff. I did a smart move, so it won't be no foreclosure on my credit report. He, on the other hand, I'm not going to disclose his information. He had to do his stuff a little differently, okay? I'm going to put it like that. But my bud is kind of smart when it comes to financial stuff. Okay. I'm going to tell you that straight up and I'll be reading everything. Okay. And I'm going to just tell you straight up. If anybody pays credit cards first before paying their mortgage or their rent, especially rent, something is wrong with you. I'm sorry. You cannot be financially secure in anything if you don't have a place to live and you can't live there comfortably. Okay. And you need a car to drive. I mean, yeah, you can get away with not having a car. Okay. But in the real world, you need a car to drive, okay? Especially if you have children, okay? It makes things less complicated when you have a car to drive in, okay? So for me, mortgage or rent need to be paid first, in your car note, in utilities, because who wants to sit in a house with the daggone lights off or the gas off? Cable, you can play with that, okay? You can play with that. You don't want it cut off, but you can play with that. So for me, I want a man who knows this, who knows this, who know that you need to pay your on rent or your mortgage. I don't care about all the protection you can get with a mortgage. We did all of that, and you can still end up losing your house. Okay, point blank. Why even get the stresses of that when you can just pay it? The only time you don't pay these things is when you just don't have no money to pay them. Okay, when you don't have any money. And that's one thing that I did not like about him, because he would pay credit cards and other stuff versus paying that daggone rent or mortgage first. Okay, and then you go to the daggone car note and utilities and car note. Those are like run hand in hand with me. And then when he couldn't pay it, what he would do, all the stress would be on me. Then I would be trying to pay it. And at that time, I was a stay-at-home mom, and I was also in college trying to finish up my degree. So I would end up using the money that I'm borrowing on loans to help pay stuff he should be paying, putting me more and more in debt. So these are the reasons why I want a divorce, because financial stuff can really take a toll. It can take a toll just like cheating. It can take a toll just like if you have a man that's fighting you. Okay, it really can. Okay, because if I sat here and told y'all all the stuff that we went through, y'all would be like, wow. But I'm not going to tell that because I don't like going into my personal business too far, but it's just a lot of stuff. And so those are the things that contributed to me wanting a divorce, as well as the thing with him not ever being around. Because like we've been together since 1998. We really met in 1997, and then we was dating. Then we in 1998. Then I broke up with him, and then we got back together in 1999, and then we ended up getting married. Okay. And stuff. So we've been together for a long time. But again, like I said, it doesn't matter how long we've been together. If I get fed up with you because things are not working out, it's just going to be done. Okay. I don't believe in being with people that you're not happy with. He didn't buy no shoes, but what he did do, girl, I'm gonna tell you what he did do. Okay. I remember back in Georgia, because he never watches my YouTube videos, so I can talk about this. And none of my family do either. But anyway, when we was back in Georgia, girl, he loved going to them daggone casinos. Right, casinos. One time this guy went to the casino trying to make more money. He ended up using more money trying to win. Okay, and then at the casino, you can also write checks off of your account, even if you don't have the money in there. So he also did that. So that's what he was doing, going to the casino, trying to make more money to get whatever money we needed for whatever, but he would end up losing more money. Now, sometimes he did used to win, but a lot of times he didn't. So that's another thing that contributed to a lot of stuff. And I got sick of that, because every time I would get money, a loan for my school or something, you're supposed to use that money to pay for your books, all that. And I would end up using some of it for my for whatever bills he didn't pay, and then get messed up. So yeah, like I said, I got all of this right here is a contributing factor, and I actually got tired of all this. Okay, then we end up moving to Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas, right? I really didn't want to move to Texas because I never really cared for no Texas. Okay, if I wanted to move to Texas, I would have moved there versus moving to an ATL, when I first relocated from where I'm from, Cleveland, Ohio. And I never even thought about DFW. And so he wanted to move to DFW. I wanted to move out to Southern California. But of course, being married, I had to compromise. So I said, okay, we can go to DFW for a couple of years, then go ahead and go out to Cali. So we got out there. This dude tells me he's starting to work at this other trucking company. Come to find out, Arlington, girl. I know what Arlington is. Girl, I used to stay in Keller, Texas. When we first moved to Texas, though, we was in North Richland Hills, and then we stayed in that extended stay there because we had to find a place to live. And we stayed in that extended stay for about 6 months, and that was a trip. And then we found a house out in Keller because I like Keller, right, and everything. And so we ended up moving to Keller, and that's where we stayed for the 5 years we was there and stuff. I went to Arlington a bunch of times. I went to Arlington, Fort Worth, Dallas itself. Let me see some other areas. Gardena, I think that's Gardena. And I'm trying to think where else. Oh, I used to always go out to Grapevine. Is that Grapevine? I forgot the name of it. What a Grapevine Mall is. The outlet mall. I love going to that outlet I mean, they got some really nice stuff. Oh, I know what Grand Prairie is, all that, I've been out there before. But since I lived over there in Keller, I mostly stayed in Colleyville, South Lake. I used to go out to Grapevine. Yeah, Grapevine. And I used to go to the Grapevine Mills Mall, which is equivalent to the Orange County Mall out here. I think it's called, I forgot the name of that mall. They both owned by the same people. Grapevine is nice, girl. And you know what? I used to go to that lake over there too, where they did the fireworks. I think it's called Dove Lake or something. Yeah, I used to go to that lake and they used to do fireworks over there and stuff. It used to be really fun on 4th of July. Yeah, girl. But the Grapevine Mall, I missed that outlet mall. Even though the same people who own the Grapevine Mall, they own the Orange County Mall over here, but I still like the Grapevine Mall better because the Grapevine Mall had a different vibe, right? And I used to go to Wilson Leathers over there, right? And girl, one time, let me tell you what happened at Wilson Leather. I went to Wilson Leather, right, and bought a real nice purse. The stupid little sales associate, she made a mistake on the purse, girl. The purse was $400 and some dollars. She gave me that purse for like $40. I'm not gonna lie. You know what? I paid the $40 for it too. Today I wouldn't do that, but then I got the purse till this day. I still got the purse. $40, and the purse was $400 and something dollars. She made a huge mistake, and you know what? I didn't say nothing. I'm ashamed of myself. I didn't say a word. Today I would have told her that purse that's not right, but I did. I really did. I paid that $40 and walked out of that store, bought another purse, bought my 2 daughters a purse. And I bought I think I got a jacket and everything that day. Yeah, because they had they always had a good sale at Wilson Leather. Okay, so I definitely didn't say anything. It sure was my blessing. I still got that purse, and girl, $400 some purse, and I got it for $40. I'll never forget that. But I had so much fun out there at that mall. All the stuff, all the discounts, everything. That's one thing that I do miss about Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. And then the area where I stayed in Keller was really, really nice. But I really liked South Lake because I used to go up there to South Lake Town Center, and I used to go to Pink Pig or something where they sold a lot of little jewelry, costume jewelry, but it was expensive. I used to go shopping there all the time. As a matter of fact, before we left, I went up there and told them bye because we used to always go up to South Lake Town Center. And I also liked it. I don't know if that's Dallas downtown or Fort Worth. I think it's Fort Worth. Okay. And I like that downtown area. Oh, Irving. Yeah, I've been out there to Irving. Irving is nice. Yeah. But Dallas, it was okay. It was okay. I mean, like I said, it wasn't my preference. I moved there because of my ex, but it was okay. When we first moved there, though, he made a mistake and took us to the hood, and I was like, "Oh, good and well, you're not moving us to DFW to move to the hood." And I looked at that area there. Oh my God, it was a trip. I told him he better find another area, and he did too. And that's when we went out to North Richland Hills. Before I found out about Keller and Colleyville and all that. We was riding around one day looking for houses or whatever, and I think we saw an ad or something, I can't remember, and that's how we found the house in Keller. And then we went out there and looked at it and all that stuff, and I liked the area and stuff. And then we used to go up to Denton and all that. I didn't like Denton because it was too country, right? But I did used to go that way when I used to go to that casino. What's the name of that casino? I can't remember the casino up there. But anyway, I could never win at the casino. I could never win there. You know what casino I'm talking about? When you go all the way. Yeah, I know what Oak Cliff is. But what is the name of that casino out there that you go up Denton? Well, you go past Denton. Yeah, Oklahoma, the one up there. What's the name of that casino? There's 2 of them up there, right? But it's one close to Denton and close to Keller. That's the one I used to always. Is it called Silver Star? Is that the right one? I got pictures of because I won there right one time, and that was the only time I won there. And I took pictures the last time we went there because the last time we went there, I won and stuff. But I had some good times there, and we didn't struggle as much in Keller like we did in that day on ATL when I met him. Now, before I met him, I wasn't struggling like that. I didn't start struggling until I met him, and he started going through financial stuff with his ex and stuff because he had a child when I met him and stuff and everything. And that's another, you got to watch these exes with these men with these exes and stuff because they be doing the most. Some of them they be doing the most. Okay, I'm gonna leave that at there. But you won $600. That's good, girl. That's good. Yeah, girl. I don't even know what I won. It probably wasn't no $600 because I could never win at that casino. And I used to go and stuff. Girl, one time I went to that casino like a weirdo. You know when that tornado was coming there? I forgot. That was in let me see. Because I moved from there in 2013, I think. So in 2011 or 12, they had a tornado there, right? Touchdown. And you would think I would stay at home, right? But I didn't. My boy got in my car and drove from Keller up to that daggone Silver Star. They go up there and gamble. When I got up there, they had part of the casino closed up. Excuse me. They had it closed off because when it's about to be a tornado, they have to have everybody in one area or something. And they had most of the casino closed off. And on the way to the casino, I promise you I saw a little tornado, what's the name, cloud or whatever you call that, forming and stuff like that. It was a trip. I can't even believe to this day that I drove out there. I bet you I wouldn't do that now. There's no way I would be driving to no casino in the middle of a tornado warning. Okay, that's crazy as ever. I used to do some crazy stuff at times. No, not Silver Star. I forgot the name of that casino. Yeah, Silver Star is in Mississippi. And girl, you know all the casinos, don't you? Girl, we used to go to Silver Star too, all the time. In Beau Rivage, which is real nice. And Silver Star is nice too. And they did, what's the Golden Moon is right next to it, the one they built right next to Silver Star. But the one in Oklahoma, I can't remember the name of it. The one I used to go to when I lived in Keller and stuff. But I could never win there, so it don't even matter. I could never win. I didn't even win at the other one. Oh, you live in Mississippi? What part? Because I was born in Mississippi. I was born in Laurel, Mississippi. And I got family members who live in Mississippi. Yeah. But I don't really like Mississippi. Okay. I don't really like Mississippi. Last time I been, I think was like way back in, girl, I don't even remember the last time I visited Mississippi. I think we went for the holiday or something to visit my mom and stuff. But I haven't been back there in a while. They usually come and visit me and stuff. Because I do not like Mississippi. And especially being out here in Cali, I just live too far from it now and stuff. And I don't like flying on planes and stuff either. But I have only been on a plane maybe twice, and that's it. And I don't like airplanes and stuff. But anyway, like I was saying, y'all, we were struggling a lot in the ATL. In Dallas, Fort Worth, we struggled, but not as much. So when we got out here, oh, okay, okay. Oh, sorry to hear about your mom. And I hopefully she gets better. Starkville, okay, okay. I don't even know where that's at. Okay, so do you like it there in Mississippi? Yeah, I don't think I could move back to Mississippi now. My ex is from Mississippi too. He's from let me see, some little town by Jackson or something. Yeah, and I used to go to Mississippi with him a lot to visit his relatives, and then we'd stop by my mom and stuff like that and everything. But yeah, I just can't live in Mississippi ever again. Like I said, I was born there, and when I was 2 years old, my mom relocated to Cleveland, Ohio, and ever since then, that's where I was living at Cleveland, Ohio, until I relocated to ATL. You know, once I got grown and stuff. You know, like when I was 25 or so, I moved to ATL and stuff. But like I was saying, once I met him, it was a struggle there. Okay. And then, okay, that's good. Yeah, it's way cheap, way cheap, way. Okay. But it doesn't matter how cheap it was because let me tell you something. It was cheap in Atlanta, and yet we were still struggling. Okay, because of his jobs and stuff. It doesn't matter. Okay, because if you're not making no paycheck, or either somebody's taking all of your money, it doesn't matter. You're gonna still be struggling, and that's exactly what they were doing to him. They were taking all of his paycheck. You pay half the rent I paid in Texas. Yeah, that's true because Texas is a lot bit more expensive than Mississippi. In Texas, when we was living in Texas, when we were renting, it was 12. 12 something a month. Okay. In Atlanta, my husband owned his own home. I don't remember how much he paid, but it was like $700 and some dollars or something. And then when I bought the house that I bought in Griffin, Georgia, we was paying a little bit more. We was paying $1,100 a month on a mortgage and stuff. Should have been cheaper, but I forgot why we paid a little bit more. I was a first time home buyer too, but I forgot why it was a little bit more. And then out here in Cali, which is really super expensive, it's super expensive. This apartment that I stay in now is $2,300, $2,360 to be exact, plus the utility, the water bill, sewer, and trash, which make it additional $100, which then that brings it to $2,460. And this apartment is I don't know how many square feet it is. It's I want to say, I don't know, 1,500 square feet. I'm not sure. It's not big, but it's not super small, but it's not big. I don't even think it's 1,500. I think it's like 1,200 square feet or something like that. I'm not sure, but I just know one thing. It's a lot. Oh, girl, yeah. I used to live in Jonesboro. Yeah, right off of what's the name of that street? Harley's daggone street. What was the name of the street we used to live on? Because he owned his house in Jonesboro. Thomas Road. You know what Thomas Road is? That's the street we used to live on. In a little green and brown house. Yeah. In Jonesboro. We lived right on the borderline of Jonesboro and Fayetteville. Okay. And then we end up moving all the way to Fayetteville, Georgia. Okay. And then we end up moving to Griffin, Georgia. And that's where we left from, Griffin, Georgia. But when I stayed in Georgia before I became married, I used to live in, when I first moved to Georgia, I moved to Lithonia. You know what Lithonia, Georgia is? And then I stayed there for a minute. And then I moved out to Marietta, Georgia, because I worked out in Marietta. Okay. Yeah, we have. I worked out in Marietta, right? And so I moved out there to Marietta and stuff. And then I left there. No, I didn't leave. I did because I had met my ex, and he was living in Jonesboro in his house, right? And then we ended up, he lost that house. Okay. And then we ended up getting a house out in, we went to Fayetteville, I think Fayetteville first. Then we moved out to Griffin. Okay. Griffin, Georgia. That's where I bought the house at in Griffin. And then we stayed out there till we basically relocated to Texas. Okay. But we did live also on another part of Griffin too, because once I sold my house back to the owner, okay, then we moved into a townhome off of, Timber Creek townhome, something like that, Timber Roof or something like that. It was in another area of another part of Griffin, but Griffin is a little country little town, but I liked it. I mean, it was quiet, it was safe there. I don't know what it is like now and stuff. And I used to go to Rose's and shop and stuff like that. I used to have fun there. Oh wow, I don't know where that's at though, but yeah, okay. Spring Lake Mall. Okay, I've never been there, but yeah. Okay, but yeah, up in Texas, yeah, that's not Texas, Georgia. That's where we lived at, and then but in Georgia, I used to go to many different areas. I used to go over there to that mall. What's the name of that mall? West End. West End used to be the hood then. West End. I don't know what it's like now. And then I used to always go downtown to 5 Points. Little 5 Points and stuff. Then they had the underground thing at the time, and then and I don't know if they still have that now, but they had the underground area where all the stores and stuff was at and stuff like that. And then what else? I love going to Piedmont Park. Oh, girl, goodies! I used to love goodies. I bought me a lot of costume jewelry from there. Okay, and you know what? I hated that when I moved out here, I lost one of my rings that I bought from Goodies from all the way back then and stuff. And I used to go to the Goodies out in Griffin, Georgia. And you used to work at the one in Griffin? In what year, girl? I used to go to that Goodies in Griffin, and it was a Walmart there too, right? In that same plaza. And they had like a restaurant. I forgot the name of that restaurant. We used to love going there because they used to have some good biscuits. Okay, my son used to love those biscuits they had there. Yeah, Goodies was the shit, girl. You're right. It really was. I used to have fun going shopping in Goodies because they had some cute clothing and some cute costume jewelry. I'll never forget that. 95, 97. Let me think. Yeah, girl, I was in that store around the same time. Right on. I sure, because I relocated to Atlanta in 1992 or 3, somewhere around that time. So yeah, I used to go to Goodies in 97. Okay. I wasn't married to him then, but I was dating him then, and I used to go over there. What's that? Wait a minute. Nope, I'm wrong. I didn't go to Goodies until nope. So that's why I didn't never see you there, because I didn't go to Goodies until 2003. What am I talking about? In 2003 is when I was going to Goodies. Okay, but it was the store. It was okay, and I wish they had a Goodies here, but they don't. And they had a lot of cute little things in that store. I remember going in there buying all that stuff, girl. And at that time, I think those little Dollar Tree stores, they used to have a Dollar Tree there too, that started coming and started opening up. And I used to go into that Dollar Tree over there and stuff. They had some cute little stuff at that Dollar Tree over there and stuff. I remember everything about it and stuff. And the other Walmart was all the way down the road. That's when my daughter, she was in. We was all at that Walmart shopping, and the shelf fell on her and stuff. And I had to end up suing the other Walmart, and I won. Yeah, it was 2 Walmarts, the one all the way up in Griffin and the one all the way down that street. I can't remember the name of the street, but it was all the way down that street and stuff. But yeah, I know all about that area, girl. And I had fun. I really did. It's just that we were struggling all the time financially. So we ended up moving to Texas, Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. When we first moved there, I don't know what area we was in. I know it was a hood, and I did not like it. And I was like, I know good and well you didn't bring me all the way out here to Texas to be in no hood. And so we ended up finding North Richland Hills, which was okay, and then we migrated from there to Keller, Texas, where I really love, and then I used to always hang out in South Lake, Colleyville, Grapevine Mall, those areas and stuff. And then sometimes I went to Fort Worth, to the downtown area. I sometimes went to Dallas, but not as much. It was an area of Dallas I used to go to all the time, but I can't remember the name of it and stuff. And then we stayed there for 5 years, and then I relocated out here to Cali. You know what I'm saying? We actually did it all together, but he never did move out here and stuff. And I've been out here ever since. But when I moved out here, I was in Stevenson Ranch, which is out there. Yeah, North Richland Hills is nice. Stevenson Ranch is out. The only thing about North Richland Hills is right by Holton City. In Holton City, certain parts of it look a hot ass mess. I'm just keeping it real with you and stuff. And but North Richland Hills, especially certain parts of it, was really nice at the time when I was there. I don't know what it's like now and stuff. But like I said, then I came out here and we was out at Stevenson Ranch, which is out there by Santa Clarita. At first we was going to Simi Valley, but I think that was like on a different side of Santa Clarita. So I think I did go to Simi Valley, but I couldn't find nowhere to stay there, right? Yeah, Euless is a damn mess. Yes. And I couldn't find anywhere to stay. They didn't have no extended stay or something like that. Or either it was just too entirely much and stuff. So we ended up going to Stevenson Ranch, okay, which is in Santa Clarita, but Stevenson Ranch is really an uppity area. So we went there. Because anytime I move, girl, I'm going to tell you straight. I'm going to tell everybody straight. Like, anytime I move, I always try to go to like the suburban areas and stuff because we're new here and I want to be in the best areas because, certain things don't happen as much in certain areas. And so that's why we moved out to Stevenson Ranch. But we didn't stay out there because my ex was like, he's seen this area I stay in now. He was like, you get a bigger place for the money versus over there at Stevenson Ranch. So he looked at this area and I came out here and looked at it. And then we decided on being out here. Cali is nice depending on where you go. Okay, Southern California is nice. A lot of time people will talk about Southern California because they be up in the hoods and stuff. Okay, I've been to the hoods, okay, and everything here. But I don't hang in the hood. Okay, I've been all out to Inglewood. I've been out to I don't know if I went to Compton, but I went to Inglewood, and I was out there for a minute. Went to a festival out there too, and I'll never do that again. Because we ended up running that day. I ain't gonna never forget that. Okay, somebody had a GUN, a fight broke out. Somebody screamed GUN in the audience, the crowd, and people start running. I'll never forget that. I'll never go to the Taste of Soul ever again. Okay, period. And this is just, I think this was like 2 or 3 years ago, because I don't even think CD was out. I think it was right before that, because Johnny Gill was there, Ralph Tresvant was there. A lot of people were there. It was a trip. But yeah, Cali is nice. I've never been to the Bay Area, but my ex says it's nice there. But Beverly Hills is nice. All of Beverly Hills is not uppity up like everybody thinks. I told you they lie on TV, and when people tell you stuff, they don't tell you the truth. Okay, downtown LA, it's nice, but certain areas, certain parts of it smell straight like urine. You know what I'm saying? Like when you be by the they train areas, the rapid transit area and stuff, by the elevators, it smell like pee there. Because a lot of homeless people just pee outside. But other than that, the area downtown is nice until you get to certain parts of it. Okay. And there are a lot of homeless people that be around. I'm not gonna lie about that. They tell you the truth about that. Okay. But they don't. No one has ever messed with me. I'm gonna put it like that. Okay. But I don't be down there at nighttime either, and I don't be down there all the time. North Hollywood is nice. I'm so used to it. I don't just go down there all the time now, but I used to go to North Hollywood a lot and stuff. Let me see. But I wouldn't be down there at nighttime though. I'm gonna say that again, by myself or anything. Not like when it get 10 o'clock or anything. I've been down there at nighttime, but not like 11 or 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning. No. They have a mall there in North Hollywood too. That's really, really nice. You can see the Hollywood sign from there. What's the name of that park down there? Griffith Park is nice. I've been to a certain part of that because that park is huge. All the movie studios are nice. Okay, we went to Warner Brothers. We went to the other one. I can't remember the other one. Those two are nice, but that Warner Brothers studio is exceptionally nice. It's very, very nice. I mean, we really had a good time there. Okay. Certain parts of LA itself, Los Angeles, is a hot ass mess. I'm not gonna lie. I think they should do stuff more to the city. I'm gonna be perfectly honest, like the streets and stuff. I think they should be in better condition. I think they need to help the homeless people a little bit more, get them off the street, do something for them. Every time I go to LA, a lot of times I help the homeless people, because I honestly can't walk by people and go eat at a restaurant and there's somebody outside asking for food money. So I usually just give them money to eat and stuff. You know what I'm saying? What else? I've been to the Universal Studios, the downtown area. That was City Walk. That's nice. I haven't been to Universal Studios yet, but we're gonna go there. I've been to downtown Disney, which is nice. I've been a lot of places here, but I do want to go to San Francisco. I want to go to Bear Mountain. We was gonna go to Bear Mountain this year. I may still ride up there though. Just let them see the snow again. There's a lot of stuff you can do here. I want to go to Catalina Island before I leave here. I want to do all that. There's a lot of stuff here to do. I really love it here. If they did not have earthquakes here, I would stay here until I die. I really would, because a lot of people, it is expensive to live out here, but if you do things the right way and you move to an affordable area, but a nice area, you can actually live here. You don't have to move to the hood. And anyway, even if you do move to the hood, those prices there are still a lot. So what people need to do is that they have to move out to like Fallbrook, out to desert areas like what's the area called? I can't even remember the area, but they got certain areas that you can move to that's cheaper, point blank. The rent is like the rent in Texas. Okay. It's just that I don't want to move to those areas because it's too far. I don't want to be in like the country. I don't like the desert like that. So I do not want to move to no desert areas. I don't like those desert areas, all that sand and stuff. I'm in Inland Valley, so I like this area better and stuff, and especially over here where I live at, because it's really nice. There's no hoods around here. Everybody get along. No bull crap. No, I'm sure people out here are racist, but we don't really see too much of that around here, and I just love it out here and stuff. That earthquake thing is why I'm going to move when I start getting old for real. I'm moving because I don't want to be caught in no major earthquake. Now, one of my daughters will probably stay out here because they're into trying to get into acting and, entertainment, industry and stuff. But I'm not staying out here. Okay. I'm going to help them for a minute, because I have my degree in management and everything. But I'm not going to stay out here when I start getting old for real. Definitely got to leave because I do not want to be caught in a major earthquake. And since I've been here, they have had small earthquakes, but like they had one in Texas too that I felt. And even when I lived in Cleveland, we had an earthquake. Okay, but I just don't want to be. I was younger and young then. I don't want to be in an earthquake. And no, like when I start getting 65 and stuff, I'm out of here. Okay, I'm just gonna put it like that. So I got a little minute to still be here to do everything I need to do, and then I'm out of here and stuff. I don't know exactly where I'm going yet. The only way I'll still stay here if I meet somebody here, right, and he wants to stay here. But other than that, I probably won't stay here. You know what I'm saying? Go somewhere cheaper because, like, when you start getting older and stuff, you don't want to be barely making it and struggling and forced to work at Walmart and things like that. If you do work, you're gonna work because you want to, not because you're forced to. You know what I'm saying? And everything. You just want to be comfortable. I believe when you get a certain age, it's time to start focusing on downsizing stuff, downsizing your bills, having more money saved, having more things to fall back on, so you can be in a good position when you start getting old for real, and you won't have to worry about common struggles that some older people have to worry about. I don't want to have those worries. That's why I want a good man as well. A healthy, good man, and he has to be a little bit younger than me too, because men age quicker than women, and they, be oh girl, no. And they be and they just be doing the most, at earlier ages than women and stuff. Oh no, I don't like I said, I have never stayed in Mississippi. I only stayed in Mississippi when I was a baby, 2 years old. I can't even tell you too much about Mississippi and stuff. I could never move back to Mississippi, or anywhere near it. If anywhere I would go back to is Georgia, but it probably won't be no ATL. I'll probably move to another part of Georgia, somewhere that's more slower and quieter and cheaper. It'll be like the country, okay, but it won't be that Mississippi, okay, because Georgia is enough south for me, okay, because like when I first moved there, I didn't know what those people were talking about. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I'm like, what? Talking about going across the street, they need to go do this, all this other weird stuff. I was like, what? And then there was no street lights. I was like, as dark as ever here, and I was like, man, no. Yeah, Mississippi is really chill and relaxing and stuff like that, but yeah, I just couldn't. Even when I get old, for real old, I feel like if I'm healthy and stuff, I'm still going to be doing stuff. I'm still want to, have excitement, do stuff with my husband, and things like that. I don't feel like I'm going to be sitting at home, sitting in a rocking chair, tripping out. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm going to still be vibrant, try to be energetic as much as I can. I'll probably visit the libraries a lot then. I'll go back to the libraries. I was doing that at a young age. I'll just go back to it when I start getting old for real. Go to the libraries in the daytime, not too early, not definitely at night, and have my dogs at home, my GUN, know how to use it real good and be ready. And just stay healthy and stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's the most important thing, is aging gracefully and staying healthy, right? You got to stay healthy and stuff. A lot of people don't realize something. They say health is their wealth, but they don't believe it. You can be rich all day, but if your money's sick, that money don't mean nothing. And I can tell you that firsthand, because there was times we were doing exceptionally well in Texas, had buku money. But if somebody gets sick or something, and it don't matter. Just like here, we have done really good here in everything. Been able to buy just about whatever I choose to buy. You know what I'm saying? But if you get sick or something, like the time when I realized I had chondritis, I thought I was having like a heart attack, and it was chondritis. And I was thinking about all the shopping I do, all that stuff didn't really matter, and how good my place looked and all this other stuff. All that stuff didn't matter when I thought that something was wrong with my heart. You know what I'm saying? And I might be dying or something, because I'll be thinking of weird stuff anytime something hurt on me and stuff and everything. And I was like, shit, I'll take health any day over being rich. Okay, so that's why I always focus on aging gracefully. It's not about vanity. It's about making sure that you be the best that you can be while you age. And when you do that, it'll help you within and on the outside. A lot of times people have low self-esteem because of the way they feel about themselves. Okay, it starts from a young age. This is why I was shy, because my mom used to say so much stuff, about me and stuff, all that played with my self-esteem. So in return, I became shy from that. It was scared to do things. And until this day, I am still scared to do certain things. Okay. So that's why we have to be careful what we say to our kids. That's why we have to be careful what we tell ourselves. And we got to focus on positivity. And again, we have to age gracefully. We cannot be listening to society about everything. Every woman who age don't get tons of wrinkles, don't get tons of gray hair, don't go through menopause the same way, don't get hot flashes. Some of these things don't affect all women. And this is what I be trying to tell people, because half of these things that I just mentioned have never affected me. None of these things. And granted, just like they tell you when your menses may end, normally, yeah, it probably will end for some people at a certain age, but it does not apply to everybody. Okay. It does not apply to everybody. That does not mean something is wrong with you. It just means that you did not go through your menses at the same time everybody else did. You just may be different. In actuality, I don't believe that menses should be starting at 40 some years old or anything like that when you start losing it. Okay, I think when people drink, when they be eating all these foods that's unhealthy, all these drugs, cigarette smoking, I think all of that, including things that we put on our skin and our hair, I think all that stuff plays a role into how we experience aging in certain things. Even when you're growing up, I believe all these things plays a role into how you develop through life and everything else. I really do. And a lot of doctors do not tell you this. Fortunately, I have a good caring cardiologist. I just got to talking to him, who tell me a lot of natural things to use. And let me just tell y'all something too. I remember when I was telling you guys to use turmeric with common and black pepper, and it reduces or eliminates your inflammation. I took my lab work last week, got the results back. All my inflammation in my body went down so low that there's no inflammation there. So you too, thank you for coming in as well, okay? Thank you for coming in and chatting with me and everything. All righty. And thank you for definitely coming in while you was at work. That's really great. I got to get off here soon too. So thank you. I really do appreciate you. That's Live, Love, and Poetry. And y'all, if she has a YouTube page, go and check her page out too, okay? Check her page out and subscribe to her. All right? That's Live, Love, and Poetry. You can actually, if you haven't left, you can put your link up there for your page if you like. But anyway, like I was saying, all of that plays a role into everything. And that turmeric with the common and the black pepper, y'all need to go pick that up. First, check with your doctor. Okay, check with your doctor first. After you check with your doctor, he tell you can take that stuff, go get it. Because I'm not lying. I'll show y'all my test results when I get them personally to me. And I'll show you guys that my inflammation went all the way down. And guess what? I don't take those pills every day. I was taking them every day, then I started skipping days. So it does reduce or eliminate inflammation. Okay. So don't be taking Nexapex and all the other stuff. Check out that turmeric with the common and the black pepper. Talk to your doctor first before you take it though. Okay, don't take anything or do any exercises until you talk to your doctors first. Okay, point blank. That's my disclaimer. And everything in this video is protected by the 1976 Copyright Fair Use Act. Okay, everything in this video is allegedly, unless I otherwise state, is not. And also, this is videos for entertainment, for educational, instructional, commenting, opinion based information. What am I talking about? It's all here for opinions. I'm using information for opinions and things like that, the research. Okay, it is protected by the 1976 Fair Use Copyright Act, which will be included in this video. Okay, so yeah, so back to what I was talking about, because I went off a topic a little bit, but it all ties in with each other. If you are legally separated, I think, as well as other people think, you can actually date, but you need to have a mutual agreement with your ex. Okay, y'all should be agreeing on this together, not separately. And when you are legally separated, you need to inform the person that is trying to talk to you and let them know what's up, so they won't be walking into something they're not wanting to walk into. You know what I'm saying? So you need to let them know and stuff. Let me look up the numbers on how many people are legally separated and dating real quick, guys. Let's see. Great. of people legally separated and dating. And if I don't get a chance to talk about everything on this subject, I'll finish this topic on Friday because I can't talk about this in depth like I want to because it's like, a lot. So I didn't know they had different types of separations either. Okay. So that's why I was saying you have to make sure that if you're talking to someone that's legally separated, it has to be the right type of separation. You can't talk to people who are separated but waiting to figure out if they want to be divorced, okay? Which is called ambiguous. I know I'm saying that wrong. Ambiguous separation. And that's when your partner and you need a break from the relationship. You can choose to live apart while you both can decide what's best for your relationship. Okay? So a lot of people do that type when they try to make their decision if they really want to divorce. Okay. Now, some people got permanent separations when you live apart from your spouse but don't want to reconcile or get a legal divorce. You can say that you are permanently separated. You don't want to get back together, but you want to stay married for legal reasons or whatever. You just stay permanently separated. And that's not something that I would do. Legally separated, though, you have to fill out a request in the family court. And you basically live apart. You're not doing other things to make it seem like you guys are together, like, having entanglements and things like that, okay? And you can date people when you do all the other separations, but it wouldn't be a good thing. You have a blessed day too. Life, love, and poetry. When you're legally separated, though, you should probably not be into entanglements if you are legally separated and not getting back together, okay? And a lot of people, when they're legally separated, they will date other people, okay? Like with me, I don't feel romantically involved with my spouse, and neither does he with me. Okay, so therefore we can date other people because we decided upon that. Like I told y'all before, he said he's not going to date nobody until we actually legally divorce, but I can if I want to. Okay. However, we both agreed upon no sexual stuff until we get legally divorced. Okay. Like somebody said, if you are married, dating people is a big no. Unless you have really separated from your spouse, both physically and emotionally and mentally too. And that's what I was talking about. If you're legally separated and you have just cut off everything, it's okay for me and for him. But if you're not cut off from everything and you're going back and forth, or you haven't made up your mind, then you should not be dating. And you should not be talking to men or women acting like you are separated and about to get a divorce and you're not. That's not right. Okay? And the thing about it with being legally separated too, a lot of things can come into that if either one of you guys are full of crap or don't really want to be divorced, and then the other one is dating. It's a lot of stuff coming from that. But if you both agreed upon certain things, and you know that you're not going to get back together, and you know there's no more emotional ties or physical ties or mental ties, I don't see anything wrong with it. But you do have to make sure that's what you both agreed upon. And plus, like I said, in my case, we agreed not to do anything sexually. Hold on for 1 second, y'all. This is just cardiologist calling me back. Hold on, I'm just gonna ask this real quick. Hello. This is her. Okay. We can just do it over the phone. The 14th? Okay. Did you say February? Okay. On Valentine's Day, huh? At what time? Okay. Okay, that's fine. I got it down. Oh, can you guys send me a copy of my test results? Or do I just need to look it up online? The test results for my comprehensive metabolic work. Yeah. What did you say? Okay, yeah. Okay. Okay, that'll be good. Okay. Mm-hmm. What's the street? I mean the city? Yeah. Yes. Thank you so much. Okay. Bye-bye. Merry Christmas to you too. All right, sorry about that, y'all. That was the nurse. Just give me another appointment for my cardiologist visit in February because I definitely go there every 2 or 3 months to check everything to make sure everything going good. When you have hypertension, you need to make sure you take care of yourself. You should be seeing a cardiologist at least once or twice to make sure everything is going good within your body because you know hypertension does affect your heart, certain organs and things like that. So you need to stay abreast on that. And so yeah, if you have hypertension you should have at least seen a cardiologist one time at least, okay? At least every year, just to make sure everything is going good. You know, get an echocardiogram, EKG, stress test, and things like that to make sure everything is going good and that the hypertension is not messing with your heart, putting a lot of added stress and stuff, you know, on everything. It's good to stay, you know, on your health test and know what your body is doing on the inside, okay? Point blank. That's all a part about aging gracefully. But anyway, like I said, when you're separated though, it has to be a mutual agreement when you're dating. Okay, all emotional ties and everything need to be gone. Point blank, it needs to be gone. Okay, because if it doesn't, and you are dating, it's going to be a problem. Okay, and then you must tell that person you're dating that you are still legally married. You just separated, and you're getting a divorce, or your divorce is in process. You have to be honest about it. Okay, and go from there. Point blank. When you do that, a lot of things work smoother. Okay, and like with me and my ex, we both agreed, you know, not to be doing no sex stuff. Okay, and so I can talk to whomever I want to. I'm just not gonna be doing all the other stuff that comes with it. That's why I always keep stuff at like a somewhat. I'll talk to somebody, but I almost like keep it at like a little distance. I really do until you know everything is done. You know, just to you know, I mean, people will start liking you though. I'm not gonna lie about that, but I don't get too involved anyway, and I try not to get too involved. I really haven't really dated no one yet, except the one person. While decline that, while being you know legally separated, you know, but January 2023. Now let me stop. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna stop from that conversation. Like I said, if I find anything else I need to elaborate on regarding that, I'll finish discussing that on Friday because you know I got to get ready to get out of here. And before I get ready to get out of here, I just want to go over maybe 2 news articles with you guys, and then I'll tell you the other ones on Friday because we've been on this thing for an hour and 14 minutes. That's not too bad though. I thought I was on here longer. Okay. So let me tell you this story, y'all. I could not believe this story when I heard it. Let me do this. News flash, news flash, news flash. I'm so crazy, y'all. Let me change this right here. Let me put this up here so I can say news flash now. We got to take this other thing off of here. Let's see. Let's see. Let's do this. And let's change this to news flash, news flash, news flash. Okay. Wait, how do you edit this? Okay, here you go right here. We get ready to do it. No, I just want to add another. I want to change that one, right? Nope, create another banner. News. Wait, let me do this in capital letters. News. Y'all, I'm so silly. It's the best. Wait, news flash. Wait. News flash. Okay. Okay, now we get ready to do that. Let me add this to there. Let me show that. Okay, now we finished. I think I made this. Y'all, I am so crazy. I made that so huge. Look. Y'all, I almost got choked. News flash. I'm shouting all over the screen. News flash, news flash. Okay. Y'all. This story is a hot trip. Okay. I cannot believe it. Y'all, this little dog, he's little. This dog right here, I think this is a dog. I'm going to show him to y'all because here they go with this bull crap. What's this? I'm not getting ready to sign up for all this. These people are crazy. Wait. These people got me signed up for all this. Let me find out this for this real quick. What did they say? Sign up? Okay, let me do that. Start reading. You gotta do all this just to read this article. I'm not getting ready to fill all this out now. Y'all, these people tripping. Okay, got it. Push that on there. Okay, y'all. Look, y'all. Let me show y'all this. This little ass dog, y'all. Wait. This little dog right here, y'all. This little dog tore up. He did something really good. Look at this little dog. He is so little, y'all. Let me tell y'all about him. This little dog killed 8 coyotes by himself. It was 11 at first. 3 of them ran away, okay? And he killed the other 8, okay? Let me tell y'all the story, okay? Casper is a 21-month-old Great Pyrenees. That's what he is, okay? John Really, or whatever his name is, sprang out of bed early one November morning when he heard coyotes outside his Decatur, Georgia home. In Decatur? Y'all, I moved to Decatur briefly when I lived in Georgia. I lived in Decatur for about a year, okay? I didn't know they had coyotes over there. But by the time the sheep farmer made it outside to check on his flock, his sheepdogs were already on the scene. Casper, a 21-month-old Great Pyrenees, soon led a counterattack and hopped a 4-foot fence. Over the next several minutes, Ruriel said Casper killed 8 of the 11 coyotes on his property and chased away the rest. The 5 sheep remained unharmed. That little bitty dog. Okay, so the dog suffered life-threatening injuries in the November the 4th attack, but he recovered and returned home, you know. I cannot believe this. The guy, really 55, told the Washington Post, it was not how we wished things had gone, but we were glad he made it. He was doing his job, and that's what I think everybody appreciates about him. Really, or whatever, began herding sheep a dozen years ago. Like that. Since retiring at age 50, that's a good age to retire, the former pastor created a sheep herding company. You can do it naturally. Okay. He now leases to neighbors about 300 sheep that eat and remove dangerous plants such as poison ivy and oak. To protect his sheep, Ruriel adopted 6 Great Pyrenees, which were bred centuries ago to defend farm animals. It can weigh more than 100 pounds, but that dog don't look like he weighed 100 pounds. In late September, Ruriel saw a Facebook post from a farmer advertising Casper, who was named after the friendly ghost for his white fur. Okay. Ruriel said his new dogs usually feud with his sheep, but when 85-pound Casper arrived at the quarter-acre yard in Georgia, he instead gathered the sheep and laid his head on the smallest one. When Casper met Rear Wheel's 30 chickens. I keep on saying his name different. He ran across around the coop with them. It was to say, I got you. You're mine now, the father said. When Will heard the coyotes yipping last month, he said his dogs had herded 5 sheep into a corner of the fence for protection. Casper, who Riri Will said had never been aggressive toward other animals, stood at the front of the pack, watching the 11 coyotes. As Riri Will began sprinting back toward his house to grab Boots in a broom, he saw Casper jump the green fence. The dog bit the coyotes' heads, Riri Will said, and threw their bodies over his shoulder. God, he's bigger than what he looked like in this picture. 85 pounds. Riri Will is unsure if the coyotes attacked first or if Casper was trying to defend his partner, Daisy, who was pregnant with 8 puppies. John Helrich, the founder of Great Pyrenees Rescue of Atlanta, said Great Pyrenees usually scare away predators by barking and howling. But if they feel threatened, Great Pyrenees can be among the fiercest dogs. They won't stop until they feel that their family is safe, he added. They will give up their lives for their families, so to speak. Casper went missing for 2 days. Wow, after the coyote attack. Oh, Riri Will feared the dog had died until Casper emerged from the chicken coop the morning of November the 6th. I wonder where he went. The dog was in bad shape. His tail had been ripped off, his ears torn, and his body covered in injuries. Riri Will brought Casper to a veterinarian who said he was in critical condition. The vet had some pretty serious conversations with us about whether or not treatment was worth it for him. Riri Will said, adding, but Casper is not a normal dog. He's tough, and he got a purpose, and he probably wants to get back to it. Oh, he's so cute. Look at him. Oh, they got a mixed family, too. Oh, okay. Lifeline Animal Project, a nearby shelter, raised enough to cover $15,000 in medical fees to amputate Casper's tail and repair deep puncture wounds and patches of torn skin. Oh, Casper will require at least 2 more months of recovery before he can guard the sheep. So he is adjusting to life as an inside dog. Riri Will said Casper wagged his stump of a tail when he was reunited with the family on Wednesday. We have to figure out what his new purpose will be. It's been a long road, and there's a lot more road to go for us, but we will do it together. I'm glad to have him. I cannot believe that dog did all of that to them daggone coyotes, that he killed 8 of them and scared the other ones off. Somebody said it made them cry. This is what they do. He was giving his life for you. It would take a long, long time for you to love him enough to pay that back. Good boy, Casper. Somebody said, who's a good boy? These people are crazy. They say these dogs are headstrong, stubborn, and magnificent. Gosh. That one right there only weighed 85 pounds, so that's good. Somebody said, God bless Casper, the bravest dog of all. I pray that the rest of his life is lived in optimal good health and comfort. He is a beautiful animal that deserves only the best after what he had done. What he had endured. That is nice, though, that he was able to do all that. That's good that he was able to do all that. Oh, look how he looks so cute. He was just reunited too, y'all. Here you go right here, too. Let me show y'all him again. Let me see if they'll pull up that picture. Okay, these other people are just the staff members. Okay. So they're not a mixed family or anything, but yeah. They raised $15,000 to treat this dog. And that's him now. Brave dog. I can't believe he fought off all those daggone coyotes. I can't believe that. I just know, though, them dogs will fight for sure. Because I had a German Shepherd and a little Labrador Retriever and a Poodle, and all those dogs. They would definitely fight for you to the last. But I'm really I'm really, really amazed at that story, y'all. And I just wanted to give y'all that story because I just could not believe that when my daughter told me about the story and I told her to send it to me because I just could not believe that. I mean, that's really fascinating. He killed 8 coyotes. Come on now. I mean, they was fighting too because he had all types of injuries. I wonder where the dog went though. Where was he at for those 2 days? I wonder. But I'm glad he's okay now. He's doing better and he killed all those coyotes and saved those sheep. And that'll just show you he would do the same thing for his owners. Let me give you an update on this other story, guys, and I'm gonna do one more, and then that's gonna be it, okay? Because then we'll be at 1 hour and 30 minutes, okay? So remember when I told you about the catfishing cop? Okay, they got an update, another update to that story, okay? So this is from Newsbreak. Wait, let's see. The other story, I have to tell you the site in a minute, the source. Okay, so the Los Angeles Times reported through Newsbreak. Well, Los Angeles Times is the one that reported it, and Newsbreak got the story, okay? The catfishing cop told Virginia police he was treated at a mental health facility, record show. And then they still hired him? Austin Lee Edwards, the now deceased cop who catfished a 15-year-old Riverside girl and killed her grandparents and mother last month, disclosed during his application to become a Virginia state trooper that he had voluntarily checked himself into a mental health facility several years earlier, according to records reviewed by the Los Angeles Times. The Virginia State Police hired him anyway. Last month, there were Corinne Geller, a Virginia State Police spokeswoman, said last month that there weren't any indicators of concern that surfaced during Edwards' extensive hiring process. But the records reviewed by the Times show the agency had at least some indication of Edwards' mental health struggles. Edwards' disclosure should have triggered further investigation before he was hired, said William Pelfrey, a professor of criminal justice at Virginia Commonwealth University, Wilder School of Government. It's unclear if Virginia State Police asked any follow-up questions once Edwards disclosed his past mental health difficulties. Geller said in a previous statement that human error resulted in an incomplete database query during Edwards' hiring process. Geller did not immediately respond to a request for comment on Tuesday. That's sad. I'm trying to figure out why come they did not know he was treated at a mental institution. And then they say he was detained for psychiatric evaluation in February 2016 after cutting his hand and threatening to kill his father. And then this is sad. They said that the EMTs, accompanied by police, took Edwards to a local hospital where he was detained under an emergency custody order. Later the same day, a judge approved a temporary detention order, and Edwards was transferred to a local psychiatric facility. So he didn't just get that 50-50 or whatever they call that hold here. He also got an emergency custody order. And then they took him to a temporary detention. No, they approved a temporary detention order. And then he was transferred to a local psychiatric facility. That's sad. And then they still ended up hiring him. Oh, man, these people are crazy. I'm not going to read all this. This is a lot, y'all. But anyway, that's sad. If they would have did the check like they should have, like extensive like they claim they did, they would have known that this dude was treated and all this other stuff at the psychiatric facility and stuff. So, I mean, if they let him get through like that, I wonder how many other officers might have had treatment at a facility or something like that, and they are police officers or state troopers. Okay, they got a lot of stuff here. That's sad. That is so sad. Let me see what anybody said about that. Nobody said anything about it. I guess they didn't read the article yet. But yeah, that's sad that they let all that slip through the cracks and hired this man anyway to be a state trooper. And now after he went in there and killed the mom and the grandparents and kidnapped the girl or whatever the case is, now they want to find all this stuff out now when it's too late. That's sad. Mm-mm-mm. What do you guys think about that? You can go ahead and read that story yourself because there's a lot. It's called The Catfishing Cop Who Told Virginia Police He Was Treated at a Mental Health Facility's Records Indicate. I found that article on newsbreak.com. You can also look at it on in the Los Angeles Times newspaper. Y'all get tired. I start messing up when I get tired. Okay, and then let me do this last story, and then that will be it. Let me tell y'all about the Uber passenger who was stabbed. Okay, and I think that was over the weekend or sometime last week. I can't remember because I remember reading this a couple days ago. So, an Uber passenger stabbed a driver to death. Okay, he did that because he decided he wanted to kill someone. Let me see if I can read this correctly. Let me get a drink of water. Okay, so I can read this right, y'all, without tripping. Okay, Woosa. Oh my gosh. Okay. A New Orleans Police Department worker moonlighting as an Uber driver was stabbed to death by a passenger who allegedly told cops he woke up wanting to kill someone. Let me stop this right there. If anybody, all of a sudden, on a serious note, is telling you they want to kill somebody, you need to tell them they need to go seek some psychiatric help because that's not normal behavior. You should never wake up or feel like you want to kill somebody. Just anybody, just random. Yolanda Dillon, 54, a fiscal analyst with the department, was knifed multiple times last Thursday, in her car in the parking lot of a Jefferson Parish Travelodge hotel and later died of her injuries at a hospital. New Orleans Police Chief Sean Ferguson said. Detectives worked, no, what? It's not detectives work. Oh, no, that's right. Detectives worked with Uber to determine the identity of her passenger, who had been picked up in New Orleans, and found him staying at the hotel. Suspect Brandon Jacobs, 29, of Harvey, allegedly confessed to the killing, the sheriff said. He stated that he woke up yesterday morning, I guess Thursday morning, and decided he was going to kill someone. Jacobs was being held without bond on a second-degree murder charge. The accused killer posted video on Facebook of Dillon dying. That's sad. And authorities worked with the social media platform to have it taken down. He put it on Facebook. He put it on Facebook. That's sad. Luckily, he does not have a lot of followers, he added. That's the detective said that. Jacobs had ordered an Uber ride earlier in the day, planning to kill the driver, but he ended up sparing that person's life because he realized that he would need to return to his hotel. He then held a second ride back to the Travelodge where he was staying, and Dillon was the driver who picked up that fare through the Uber app. After Dillon had taken Jacobs back to his lodging, the sheriff said he stabbed her from behind and then casually walked to his room. We asked him, how did you pick her? His response was, I didn't pick her, Uber picked her, meaning that she was the random person that picked him up that day. Ferguson said Dillon had worked at the department for a decade. He described her as a quiet and humble lady, adding that she did an important work for the department. This was just something that definitely blindsided everyone, the police chief said. Jacobs is believed to be from the New Orleans area originally. He told investigators he had previously been staying around Seattle, but had been back in New Orleans area for about 7 months. Dylan was the only child of her elderly mother. Her mom, who is currently battling cancer, told the station that her daughter, who was herself a breast cancer survivor, was her primary caretaker in the family's breadwinner. That's sad. So they set up, I guess they're going to set up, let's see, they said Yolanda was on the verge of earning her PhD in sociology and was driving Uber to pay for her tuition and earn extra cash to buy Christmas presents. The Wire star Wendell Pierce mourned the death of Yolanda Dillon, whom he knew personally through their church, in a tweet Friday. He said, "My church member for decades, a woman with a heart of gold and deep love of God, was murdered yesterday," the actor wrote. "The murderous violence of New Orleans in this country has come even closer to me personally. We are in a crisis." That's sad, man. I don't know if they set up a GoFundMe for her or not. My sympathy goes out to her family and friends, co-workers. Somebody wrote a comment. They said that's why taxi cabs have clear barriers between the drivers and passengers. They learn from experience. Uber and Lyft are the worst jobs to have. Some passengers have no respect. I couldn't do that job without hurting someone, and I agree. That's why I could never pick up people. I could never do Uber people in my car. Okay, because my butt could be paranoid, and I know what I'm gonna have myself, and so it just wouldn't be a good thing. Okay, so I just could not do it. That's why I just do deliveries, and I be very careful when I do that as well. Somebody said the demons are released from the pits of hell. Mental illness in the U.S. is being overlooked. I wonder how many migrants and border hoppers are coming in with mental illness. Well, he wasn't a migrant. Okay. Okay, so yeah, this dude probably had 3,000 girlfriends too. I bet you got all these evil men walking around, and I can't buy a date. That's what somebody said. I'm not going to read this racist comment, okay? Let's see what else somebody said. Okay, some people go in here with racist stuff, and they don't even have anything to do with that. Somebody said I could never, ever be an Uber or Lyft driver. Instances like this can happen, as we have all seen. And I trust no one. I would never bring a stranger to me willingly. May the strength that the family need at this time be provided by the Creator. And I agree with that, because you can't be letting all these weirdos in your car. They can easily be in your car, play normal and stuff, and like he did when he get out, to stab you. They can even go through the seat. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a risky thing to do. I mean, I'm trying to figure out why she just didn't do delivery, food delivery. Let's see. Somebody said demons in the human flesh. This is a very scary world to live in. I just think, point blank, that Uber needs to definitely have the safety glass for people who in Lyft, for people who take people around like a cab. Okay, and then it needs to stretch all the way down. It needs to be a barrier all the way down to protect the driver completely, not just at the top, but at the bottom, because you can stick a knife. You can even shoot through the fabric. So they need to use some type of shielding that protects you from bullets or knives or anything. And they needed to like separate the drivers from the passengers, and no one should ever sit in the front with them either. I think they need to change a lot of stuff. And at the same time, I think people need to really check out these people when they be having psychiatric issues. Okay, this dude woke up talking about he want to kill somebody. Okay, he just wanted to kill somebody. I'm pretty sure he told somebody else this before. Okay, so whoever he told this to before, if he did this, if he spoke like this before, they should have been telling somebody, the proper authorities, like a mental institution or something, because he needed help. Because who wakes up and just want to kill somebody? I have never woke up saying I feel like I want to kill somebody and just go kill a random person for no reason at all. Okay, that's just not cool. And then let me show y'all what this dude look like so y'all can see him. So this is the lady that he killed. She was 54 years old. Okay, he stabbed her to death while she was moonlighting as a Uber driver, carrying people around. That's her. And this is the dude. Let me show you the dude. This is the guy. We got to do better. I think he's only 29. This is him. We got to do better, y'all. He's only 29. He is charged with second-degree murder after he confessed to killing this lady. And he said he just woke up and decided to kill someone. And he called the first Uber driver or changed his mind. I can't remember, canceled the ride. That person was safe. I bet you that person's like, wow. And then he called another Uber ride. And that's the person he killed, this lady, who was the only caretaker to her mom, who is battling, I think, cancer or something. And then also this lady he killed was a breast cancer survivor. This dude right here need to be ashamed of himself. Just randomly attack somebody for no apparent reason, to stab her to death for no reason. He just felt like he wanted to kill somebody. People like that need to be locked up in a mental institution for real. And it's a shame that nobody recognized that type of behavior and did anything about it. If you got family members and they saying strange stuff, it's up to you to get them help. Okay, so they won't go out and do something like this to some innocent person. It's up to you to get them help. If you got kids that talk about killing people, it's up to you parents to do something about it so they won't go out here and kill innocent people. He wanted to kill somebody. Why come he didn't kill himself if he wanted to kill somebody? People kill me, they be crazy, but they want to hurt innocent people. They're not doing anything to themselves. He wanted to kill somebody. Why come he didn't kill himself versus killing somebody that didn't do anything to him? Let me decline that call, y'all. That's a daggone shame. And people in this article blaming race. You got all sorts of people do crimes like this, not just brown people, but you have white people doing this too, and all types of people. So stop making everything about race, because you got crazy people of all race that do crazy things. I got many articles that I pulled up that other race of people have engaged in. Okay, so it's not just brown people doing stuff. It's a lot of different people are doing crimes. And the thing is, if you know people that are saying crazy stuff and need mental help, it's up to you to make sure they're getting it. Okay, you should do your part, even talking to them, because that's not normal behavior. You don't be talking about you woke up trying to kill somebody and you want to kill somebody, and then you go out and kill a random person. Who does that? And then if you do want to kill somebody, why don't you go out here and catch some of these damn kidnappers and stuff, and these child predators and people who or other murderers and things like that? Why come they don't never go and try to find these people and do all this stuff too? They go pick people who seem to be weak, right? Seem to be vulnerable. They don't go pick people that does crimes or kill children or rape children. You know what I'm saying? They'll see somebody grabbing a child and won't do a darn thing. But you want to go kill an innocent person. You want to go kill somebody who wasn't doing anything to you but doing her job, making extra money to take care of her mom. Who does that? People like him, I don't believe in a death penalty, but people like him should be in a whole foreign country. Okay, so they could have did street justice to him on the same day he turned himself in, or whenever they found out, like they do in certain countries, and beat the living hell out of him until he just could not say anything ever again, for real. Or he should be in one of those jails over there, okay, like over there in Lagos and stuff, and over there, he need to be in one of those jails over there, okay? I bet you he won't be doing no more crimes. Please. That's crazy. United States of America need to get tougher with these criminals. I'm gonna tell you that straight up. Murderers and stuff like that, okay? So these people can stop doing all this crazy stuff. make tougher laws and stuff like that, so these people can think before they do stuff. And I don't care what race they are, okay? It doesn't matter. When you kill people, all that racial stuff should be set aside. Everybody deserves to live if they want to live. They deserve to live. You do not have the right, unless it's self-defense, to take someone's life. Okay, who are you? Just because somebody made you mad, or because you feel like killing somebody. If you feel like killing somebody, you need to go seek mental help, because something is wrong with you. Who the hell wakes up in the morning and feel like just want to kill somebody? Who does that? You got to be out of your mind. Okay, I have never woken up saying I feel like I want to kill somebody. I may want to slap the shit out of somebody or something like that, but not to actually physically kill somebody unless they're doing something to me, which causes me to use self-defense, or they're doing something to my children or something like that. That's totally different. But not just to get up in the morning and I just got to kill somebody. United States need to do better. I'm serious. And I'm talking about United States because that's where I live at. Okay? Need to do better. Because people like this should never be out on the streets. He should have been in a mental institution already. I mean, in there. Or in jail somewhere. And that lady would still be alive today. Now her mom, what's going to happen with her? If they don't do a GoFundMe and people donate, what's going to happen to the mom? That's sad. And stuff like that really pisses me off anyway, because that's really sad. Okay, let me give you this missing story of this dude right here, and then that's going to be it. Okay, let me give you this story right here. Okay, so the police is seeking help to locate a 19-year-old missing male from Riverside, California. Okay, police in Riverside are asking for, oh y'all, this is from Newsbreak 2, from KTLA News. Okay, so police in Riverside are asking for the public's help in locating a 19-year-old male who was last seen on December the 9th, 2022, when cameras captured him leaving his home. Zachary Corrales, who left without identification, his skateboard or backpack, has not been seen or heard from since. The 19-year-old's phone was turned off. It has not been turned back on, the Riverside Police Department said in a news release. Corrales' family, according to the release, said it is very out of character for him to leave and not make contact with anyone. What time is it? Okay, let me hurry up. He is described as a 5 feet 9 inches tall, 145 pounds, with brown eyes and brown hair. Brown hair and brown eyes. Corrales has a tattoo on his left forearm and one on his neck. His nose is also pierced. Anyone with information about his whereabouts or who might have seen him is urged to contact the Riverside Police Department at 951-354-2007. This is a missing 19-year-old boy. Let me show y'all his picture, okay? So y'all can see what he looked like, just in case you're out here in Southern California or wherever and you see this boy. A lot of missing young people, y'all, of all different race, not just girls, but also boys. Look at this, 19 years old. So when we're focusing on missing kids and young adults, let's not just focus on one, because there are a lot of young adults that are missing. There's a lot of people missing, period, okay? But definitely a lot of young adults, and he's a man. So I don't know what happened. I don't know if he just left on his own. I don't know. He left everything there. I find it very hard to believe that he just left in a normal mental condition. If he was like sad or something, or distraught or something like that, then that could be the reason why he left all his stuff behind. But if somebody made him leave, that could be another reason why he left all his stuff behind. So we never know. Somebody said, hope he's found safe. Somebody said praying and hope he's found safe again. Somebody said that. Somebody said it's an evil world out there in these times. You don't have to be a young teen to become a victim in society anymore. Any age of a person can become a victim by someone. Be aware of your surroundings wherever you go. And that's true, okay? Because like I told y'all about the incident where that dude followed me, okay? Somebody else said he's just hanging with the wrong crowd and was probably upset with his parents. So he decided to run away just to hurt his parents. Why else leave your precious belongings and then just turn off your cell completely? Your actions bring consequences. kids just go home. I mean, no, kid just go home. Well, I don't know if this guy did this or not. I don't know, because that was way back on December the what 9th, and it is the 14th now. He still haven't came back home. I don't really know. Wow, most people are not going to turn off their cell phones. Okay. Let's see. Well, I just hope he's safe wherever he's at, and I hope he did leave on his own because he's mad and just safe, and they find him and stuff. Because we can never tell. We don't know for sure if he left on his own or if somebody made him leave. You just don't never know. But if you do see this kid anywhere, if you're in this area or in the surrounding areas of the area where he's missing from, and you see him, contact the Riverside Police Department. And I did give you guys that number, and I'll say it again just so you can hear. The number is 951-354-2007. If you do see this young guy around, his name is Zachary Corellis. He's 19. He was last seen leaving his Riverside home on December the 9th, 2022, and today is December the 14th. They still haven't found anything on him as of yet. And let's just hope and pray that he's okay and that he left on his own and he's fine. Okay. Otherwise, guys, let me go back and tell you where the other article come from. Then I'm getting ready to get out of here. Let me see where it came from, so you guys won't think I'm making up stuff. And then I'm getting ready to go out here because, like I told you, I have a lot of stuff to do. First, I got to go to work. So the other article came from about the sheepdog. It came from www.cbsnews.com. Okay. And I still say that dog is very heroic, very, very brave for sure and stuff. And all of the other articles come from different sources, but they was all quoted or rewritten through newsbreak.com. And again, everything is allegedly, unless it's otherwise proven, like the guy who killed the lady, the Uber driver, that's not allegedly, that's what happened. The catfish thing is not allegedly, that happened. The sheepdog is not allegedly, that happened. And the one, what else? What else did I read, y'all? I forgot. Let's see. Let me look over here and see real quick. I'm kind of rushing, y'all. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, so all of those are basically, none of those stories are allegedly. People opinions, though, are allegedly, okay? Or any opinion that I have had saying that somebody did something, those are allegedly, because we don't really know. Okay, like the boy who is missing, a 19-year-old. It's allegedly. We don't know if he left on his own or if somebody made him leave, okay? So they're still trying to figure it out and find him. So let's just hope and wish for the best. And my prayers are for him and his family and friends. Okay. So otherwise, guys, I'm getting ready to get out of here. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to everybody who came and watched in my live and, in person, like not in person, but, in the chat thing. And then to all the people that's in the bushes. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate each and every one of you guys. Don't forget to thumbs up, to leave a comment, to share, and subscribe to the channel. Definitely subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. And if you want to, you can leave a comment, but thumbs up the video as well. Because I'm trying to keep on doing these lives and stuff. Like I said, it's kind of hard to be up here on camera, and then plus I have to make time out of my schedule to do a live. It's kind of hard though, because you can hear these bloopers that I do, and I can start start thinking too much, just thinking everybody's sitting there just watching and everything. So, but I'm still working on that, and hopefully it'll get better. It'll be, get better for me to do these videos and stuff, these lives. And don't forget to check out my shopping hauls, my walkthrough, and then the video that I'm going to put up in a day or two. And go check out my newest shorts. Okay, it's got over 1,000 views. Go check that video out and stuff. And check me out on TikTok at ShadesTube. And if you want to donate to this channel or whatever, you can donate at $ShadesTube. Okay, on Cash App. All right. Otherwise, guys, thank you for everything you have done. Thank you for all your support. If you have any comments or input, you can just put it in the comment section. And again, thank you for watching ShadesTube, and thank you for tuning in. My next live will be on Friday. I'm going to try to do an open panel where everybody can get up here and we can chill and trip out and stuff. And I'm trying to figure out what time I'm doing because I'll be so busy. I don't know. But I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. Okay. Thank you so much. Y'all have a good night. You know what I'm about to do. Let me turn this music up and get on out of here. Y'all know what's about to happen. Let's go ahead and do this, y'all. Let's turn this music up. We know what to do, y'all. Have a good evening, y'all, and take care and be blessed and be safe out there too, okay? I'll see you on Friday.